So the past is 9 to 5. And I would argue that it's not workload that kills people. It's the structure. So once you allow for that work any time, it creates something amazing. Working in the corporate office, now to working anywhere. That's a huge trend. And with technology, even with millennials coming out of school now, they don't want to be confined to an office. And you're going to see more and more of that, is that this new emerging sort of talent that's coming out of the new generation, they're doing something called career portfolios, where they're diversifying themselves fivefold. Whether it's social innovation, social entrepreneurship, having several different businesses, because technology is enabling that. And these people want to be these co-creators. Using company equipment to using any device. And that's largely driven, you're not tied to your desktop anymore, not even to, your own laptop. We're now in a cloud, operating in the cloud. So all of your files are stored, in the cloud, so you're not tied to any specific device. So if you're traveling and you have a document that you need to send or, make edits to, you can do so because you're not tied to that device, okay? So focused on inputs to now focus on outputs. So it's not so much, I've put in X amount of hours in the office. I'm here at 9 and I'm going to leave at 10. So I've worked a very productive day. Well, not really. You're just not working very efficiently. It's really focused on what have you accomplished. I don't think I've ever been so productive in my entire life when I was a mother, right? And you have to do a lot in a very short amount of time. So, and it doesn't matter how many hours you put in the office. Again, it's focused on what you create, not what you're putting in. And technology, used in the right way, is the key enabler there. Climbing the corporate ladder to creating your own ladder, right? So as an intrapreneur, I don't think I've ever applied for a job. Because we're problem solvers and finding little pockets and niches in the company on what you can do and how you can enhance things, you've created your own opportunities. I see a gap here. We're all sort of entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial spirits. Like, how did you build your business? You found a gap in the market, or you found a gap. You found a problem to solve, and that's how you create it. Yeah. So the other trend is really around the evolution of management style. So we're moving from authoritative, management by fear, hierarchy, to management by compassion and transparency. I took a course at Harvard not too long ago, and it was all around authentic leadership. And the premise of the course was, I was in a room of 60 CEOs, and they all had very type A personalities. And the professor sat there and said, we are in a leadership crisis in the world. We don't have a lot of authentic, compassionate leaders where the world needs to shift to. And it was out of the rise and fall of Wall Street, essentially, because that whole rise and fall was a result of greed. And so there is a hypothesis and actually a movement around that, changing your leadership style and being transparent will drive the right type of culture as it relates to entrepreneurship. So when you're transparent, something really amazing happens. People know what the problems are. When people know what the problems are, they start working on them together. When they start working on them, they're collaborating. When people collaborate, trust is built. It's a very natural progression, right? So we need to now understand the role of transparency. The other thing is that people really want to connect with leadership. So being human, showing your vulnerability is a really important part, because it just shows that you're human and that everybody can make mistakes. And that will drive a culture of trust